Final Four championship episode. I'm Brad Gustafson, and we started with 16 talented educators from every corner of the country, and only 4 remain. From the Midwest, we have Ben Gilpin. On the West Coast, we have Amy Fadegi. In the East, we have Stephen Weber, and in the South, Charles Cooper. Now, each of these educators will have 30 seconds to respond to a guiding question, and only one of them will emerge as the 30-Second Take Podcast National Champion. Here's that guiding question, and it's more of a scenario. Imagine you're sitting down with a new teacher and you need to give him or her some advice. What's the one thing you'd say we need to stop doing in education? Or to use a basketball term, what practice do we need to bench? All right, the second half of the question is, what would you tell this new teacher we need to do more of? To stick with that basketball metaphor, what practice is a slam dunk or nothing but net? All right, that's it. Let's get this Final Four championship round started in the Midwest. Ben Gilpin, take it away.
I've really been loving my first year here at Warner. I felt so supported.
That reminds me, there are some things that we need to bench in education. We need to bench the us versus them mentality. I've got your back all the time. Next up, we really need to highlight some things in education. We need to highlight some of these things. Check this out. We've got makerspace, imagination, creativity, lifelong learning. That's the focus.
Hey, Mrs. Fadegi, I heard you wanted to talk.
Hey, yeah, grab a seat. So as a new teacher, there are some things that you need to stop doing, and that's the mentality of compliance, which can sometimes look like students in rows, filling out worksheets, scripted curriculum, and the worst, homework packets. What I need you to start is putting a little pep in your step and the step of your students. So that means learning should look messy, you're taking risks, you're connected, you're sharing ideas. All of that, start it now.
Every student deserves one shining moment. The instructional strategies we choose to use in classrooms will prepare our students for college, careers, and life.
One instructional strategy I'm putting on the bench is the traditional lecture and the overhead projector. We need more student choice, student voice, and less teacher-driven instruction.
Future-ready students will be ready for the game of life. I will give my first string and second string players a chance to prepare for the big dance.
We need to stop thinking of ourselves as experts in anything. We are more advanced students maybe than our students and other students, but this idea that we are experts hints at this idea that we need to stop learning. On the flip side of that, we need to take a look at our students as viable resources in our classrooms, renewable resources in our classrooms. Since none of us are experts and we're all students, some more advanced and some less advanced, that means that your students are probably more advanced students in some areas than you are.
Preach it, Charles. And Ben, Amy, Stephen, that was fantastic. We heard about practices we need to stop in education. We also heard you loud and clear. There are things that are so effective, our students need us to do them more often. Now remember, everyone, it's your voting that determines which of these educators take home the hardware, also known as our digital badges. You can vote by sending a tweet to the hashtag 30Second Take on Twitter or using the Google form that'll be circulating, or by Voxer. Voting will be open throughout the week and up until the opening tip-off of the actual NCAA Men's Championship game. Now, truth be told, we are all winners, especially our students, when educators connect and share. So let's keep this conversation rolling. Thanks, everyone.